Jeez, I gotta shave this beard.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the YGC 3-man pod. I fucked up the intro there, but it is what it is. Beautiful Sunday we're recording on as the Jets got a W. That's why I'm feeling great. Fuck the Broncos. Fuck Sean Payton. Even though that beef is all settled now with the win. No, I like saying Sean Payton. Sean Payton says some shit about my offense coordinator. I say some shit about my offense coordinator, but it's my offense coordinator, so I can say that. Hit that subscribe button.
Crazy shit about him, bro. We got
like button.
Oh yeah.
I had some crazy, and
crazy.
no, there's shit from this game. Even like, I guess quickly on that game. They came out flat in the first half. They were good. They got their teeth kicked in for a game where it was like go win it for Hackett. They talked. We were the all-season champs, whatever. But they came out in the second half and they really shut down the Broncos offense. They started getting the ball rolling on offense. Breece Hall is a fucking dog. They did that correctly. They gave him the ball as many times as possible. Felt like probably Dalvin's best game as a Jet. There wasn't any horrible plays.
Mm-hmm. All respect to all those dudes, man. They all are geniuses and everything like that. But
nah, for real.
The Broncos, yeah, jeez, man. I don't know if it's Russell Wilson now, but
Russ
2 years in a row, he couldn't get Courtney or Jerry Jeudy into the game. I'm pretty sure he had like less than 125 passing yards.
No, yeah, he only had in the second half, especially there was the drive where the roughing the passer call when they converted on 3rd and 11, put them in field goal range almost already. Which don't even get me started on roughing the passer in the NFL today, whether it's benefiting your team or not. It's horrible. Mm-hmm. Also, shout out to Quincy Williams. Dude's playing like all pro, had the strip sack. Bryce Hall, not like he got picked on this game. Came in for DJ Reed, got the scoop and score touchdown. Sauce Gardner had a game. Defense balled in the second half. There's not much more I can say. I hope AVT's okay. He got banged up and was out from like the second quarter on. But let's just hope he's all right because without him, the line isn't the same, even though it wasn't that bad today. But again, we know how Denver's defense is. So then they got to figure out the red zone. But great team win.
Yeah, Marcus overrated defense in the NFL to some people that couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah, sadly.
It's not.
What's up, Marcus?
I'm happy with the win. Marcus, how you feel with your huge win as a Saints fan?
Bro, I'm so happy because I honestly thought, I was like, okay, there's a chance we might lose today, but there's also a chance that, we might win because Pete Carmichael, nobody's feeling him. Nobody's feeling his play calling. But today, everything was clicking. The defense was clicking. Tyrann had a pick six. Carl Grandison had a sack. Who else? Did
you say Honey Badger had the pick six? Did you say that?
Yeah, I did say that. But to the offense, AK, now he has the most touchdowns in Saints history. Olave's getting the ball in the end zone.
Michael Thomas looking like
Michael Thomas is not running slants. They're not calling him slant boy no more. It's looking great. But next week I'm kind of scared because we got Houston. Houston's nothing to play with. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yo, is this gonna be the week where
Stroud throws a pick?
Yeah, he throws his first pick. I think defense.
I'll lose my mind. That'd be great.
It could be the week. It's gonna happen eventually.
Cameron Jordan too got his first sack of the season.
Should have took that in a parlay, but it's all right.
Yeah. But yeah, we clipped the Patriots. It felt good. Belichick had, he was looking all old and sad like usual, but felt good.
With New England, does New England really have a shot at Caleb? We talked about it during the offseason, like when we did that "Is it crazy to say" thing. I believe I brought it up. Is it crazy that New England could get Caleb?
How's the rest of the schedule looking like, though?
Well,
they have the Jets again at the end of the year. They got Miami again. Did they play Buffalo at all yet?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you who's getting Caleb. Couldn't tell you.
Going off the teams, they're the least dysfunctional.
The dysfunction? Yeah.
They look bad today, but I don't think they're going to continue to look like this. If they do, then if they get Caleb Williams, that's a nightmare. I just want to say it right now. Just him.
Hell no. I pray to God they win some more games. I pray to God they win more games, bro. I think,
Bro, that would be disgusting.
Yeah, no, you can't let New England get that because there's already Brett Coleman has a tweet when the Spurs won the draft lottery.
He's comparing this.
He said it was it was from May when they won it. He was like, this is the equivalent to if the Patriots didn't moved off from Tom, sucked for a few years, and then got Caleb Williams.
Looking pretty close now.
And it's kind of scary because I know the Jets lost to them. Jets should have won that fucking game probably against them, and they should be a winless team. And the only other winless team is Carolina right now, so they're definitely among some of the worst in the NFL. But
trade Adam Thielen, by the way, get him out of there.
Yeah, I don't know, but they won. They want people for Bryce to throw to because they have nothing. They have nothing to lose for.
True, but it's just I think Adam Thielen's a contender right now. They're building a team.
He could be helping a team, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
he could help a team win it.
If they're going to get one of the bottom picks in the league and they're going to eventually replace him with Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh, no, they didn't even have the pick.
No, they don't. Yeah, they have nothing to lose for. It's the Chicago's pick. That's their dilemma for this season and why if you're a Panthers fan, I feel bad for them because this is always a possibility with trading up for the number one pick and not having a pick the year after and not having the greatest roster is you're probably going to have a top 5 pick. And
hey, Marcus,
you can't even use it
as well. So, bro, from personal experience as a Saints fan, I'm sorry, Marcus.
Well, that's all good. But for the Panthers, I feel like he needs more weapons, but we can't just blame it on the receivers. He's also not playing that hot either himself.
No, he's not playing that good. I mean, today wasn't the worst at times, but
you can tell he's not ready for. They should have had Andy Dalton start a few games.
When you look at CJ Stroud, you're like, all right, he's doing something at least. Bryce Young is there's a 50-50 chance every play that he might get the ball off or not. So I don't know.
Speaking of rookies, I hope Anthony Richardson's all right.
Yeah,
we were talking about how
the Titans front
just physicality, could affect that game. Colts still ended up winning it.
Yo, shout out your boy Gardner Minshew, man. I doubted him, but
hey, I just had a feeling the Colts were going to win that game. I thought it would be more of a Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor show. Zach Moss played his fucking ass off.
Oh, he was running his ass off today.
Yeah, had a game. And if Zach Moss can play like that and Jonathan Taylor gets back up to speed and Richardson's not hurt long term, that is just an interesting rushing attack with Shane Steichen at the helm that I'm interested in watching going forward because they're tied for first right now with Jacksonville.
He saw that Jonathan Taylor money. He was like, yeah, it's time to get to work, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
D-Hop had a day too.
D-Hop had,
crazy. Yo, can we talk about Pittsburgh real quick?
Of course. They won that game. Mm-hmm. How they have to win a lot of games, I think. Typical Pittsburgh fashion for them right now.
Every single year they get one or two of these games where it's just
they're above 500 because of it.
Yeah. And Marcus, your boy George Pickens, it's looking like
George Pickens is nasty, bro.
He may be next up as wide receivers in the league.
I'm glad this is happening.
Yeah, the Garrett Wilson take is looking. It looks like a lot of these wide receivers are looking good besides Alec Pierce. I'm gonna die on the Alec Pierce. They cut it from the video, but I said Laviska should know. He's turning into a running back, but he's playing pretty well too right now. But I'm gonna die on the Alec Pierce.
Well, that's why I wanted to do that. That top 10 ranking from those 3 draft classes because from 2020 to 2022 there were a lot of really good receivers drafted and that's going to be the guys I think that are once I won't say AJ Brown because he was drafted in 2019 but some of the older guys like Tyreek and Cooper Kupp that were drafted a few years prior and have been in the league a little bit longer when they get older who are going to be the guys that are next at these are the top 5 guys. Stephon Diggs for example too when he's not the top of the top anymore, who's next? And I think there's going to be a lot of guys that are in the conversation from those 3 draft classes.
Yeah. It's going to get real interesting because wide receivers, it feels like it's the most stacked position in the NFL right now.
Yeah, 7-on
Yeah.
7s help. It's why these corners come out and look. I mean, again, we talk about how hard corners Sauce came in, was an All-Pro. I know we got hurt. Christian Gonzalez was playing at an All-Pro level as a rookie. Also, we saw what Devon Witherspoon did last Monday against the Giants. So you see these guys at the skill positions coming in really ready for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of it is credited to the 7-on-7 stuff they've been doing since they were probably 5 years old.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And then all right, so let's get our views up real quick. The brotherly shove, should it be banned? I don't really like
yes,
shove.
ban it, because I don't know how it keeps on working. I have no idea.
But it's
They're
just
like,
leverage. They get so low
we
to the ground, and he's so strong that he can just push himself forward, and they can't stop it.
Every time, though.
I get if you want to talk injuries,
Mhm.
why maybe it should be banned. If people progressively get hurt because of how it's ran, then you can convince me that they should ban it. I'm not for banning it because it works, though.
This is the
Because
most
Philly does
Yeah.
it so good. I think that's why, because Philly, like, just play Philly next week, and they're probably going to run against us, and it's going to piss me off. But I don't think it should be banned because of that. Because at the end of the day, stop it. Get in the trenches,
Aaron
punch him
Donald
in the
can't
face.
stop it, then no one
Nobody can stop it.
Like,
Oh
that
yeah,
don't
no,
even
it's pretty
Even Knox,
unstoppable
bro.
when you have.
I don't even think if Thanos snapped his fingers, he can stop that shit.
And
Like
nothing
when
in
you have a
sports should
specimen
be
like
100%.
Jalen at QB that's just is strong as fuck in general, and then you have the best offensive line in the NFL, Jason Kelsey at center too. It's gonna work a lot, and teams have tried replicating it, and some teams it's worked here and there, and some teams it hasn't. It's just how it is. It's a more effective QB sneak.
Yeah,
I mean, Tom Brady QB
The best
sneaks for
O-line.
20 years, and it worked like a charm. And now the Eagles are just doing it in just a different way. Like, oh, let's push him on top of it. And now, how are they going to stop us? He's 200 and however many pounds already, and then we're putting more force. And it's unstoppable.
O-line in the league and a quarterback that squats over 500. So it's like, what can you do?
It's effective. Now, again, you can convince me injuries if you're going to tell me that these guys keep getting hurt. And yes, if I'm watching next weekend and God fucking forbid one of our linemen go down because of it, I'm going to scream from the top of my lungs that this play should be banned. But that's just perspective and how it is.
All right, let's keep going with the views. The New York Giants. How are we feeling about that situation? One of the hardest schedules in the league, started off 1-4. If Caleb Williams is if they're one in, let's say they lose their next like 3. Let's say they're 1-7.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a possibility that you sit DJ for the rest of the year for Caleb Williams?
No, you can't. They're not going to do that because you still have $40 million tied up into him.
But like the difference in that offense, like a Brian Dable offense with Caleb Williams would probably be.
Oh, Brian, yeah, kid. Again, that would be the move. I understand it would be hard to move the Daniel Jones contract because they don't have it out until after next season in terms of cutting him. I think they would only have $20 million in dead cap and would save like 40 to something. I don't know the exact logistics of that, but.
And not to say that Caleb Williams would save this team too, because that offensive line is trash. It's just
that's what I was about to say.
There's some throws that Daniel Jones can't really make that Caleb Williams can't. Well, I don't know. Nah, Daniel Jones makes him make.
I think it would just kind of be like, all right, this is where we are in the rebuild. We have this generational talent at QB. We have a coach of the year that is an offensive genius. Now we build a team around this, not for Daniel Jones being quarterback. And it would kind of give, I think, the regime an extra. Pretty much, this is now day one of this regime. It isn't, but it would buy them new life in terms of, like, if you tie yourself to Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones is the starter for next 3 years, and they miss the playoffs this year, maybe they have another season like last year, they get in, but they don't win the playoff game, and then year 3 it fucking completely plummets again because of whatever. Then you're talking about your job. But you bring Caleb in, you probably buy yourself a new lease.
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't matter
but that's
who you have at quarterback for the Giants. Because if you don't fix that O-line, nobody's striving.
And their line is complete musical chairs.
Fixing the O-line takes, well, they already have one piece, but it takes years. You got to pour a lot of assets into try to fix an O-line, and it takes coaching as well.
Big problem with that is Evan Neal, 7th overall pick.
Oh yeah,
they drafted him, and it was supposed to be you have your bookend tackles. You have Andrew Thomas, who turned in the season after Evan Neal was drafted into a top 3 guy in the NFL at that position, and then there was Evan Neal, who was supposed to be on the other side, be the bookend right tackle, and he has been almost non-playable at this point.
Yeah.
On a line that is full of backups playing different positions. Like, I'm pretty sure Billy said that their backup left guard is now their left tackle. And honestly, the worst guy still looks like Evan Neal.
Wait, Brandon, why are you smiling?
John Michael Schmitz
into the season, bro. Oh my god. I'm his favorite hater, bro. I'm his favorite hater. You know that? Like all this shit he was talking going into this season, thinking the Giants were gonna be better than the Chargers. It's just I love it. Let's get to the other side of that game too, because the Dolphins were serving an ass whooping, bro.
They're just so.
Devon A-Chain is something else.
A-Chain was the perfect fit for that offense.
But the thing I see though, if they turn over, the Giants defense played a perfect game for them. They forced.
Yeah, if you force turnovers, you can beat them.
Yeah. That's all you got to do, and Tua will give you a shot. You got to get some pressure on him, make him force some bad throws, hit him a few times. Like there's ways to beat this team, but if you can't force any pressure and you can't stop you literally can't stop their wide receivers. If you can't force any pressure or just make them take advantage of opportunities, you may get blitzed by 50, 60 points. Like they can come out and just drop points.
No, exactly. Well, Tua's gonna have his games where it's like, wow, this guy. You look at his numbers, it's like all world. But then he'll have his games where all the critics talk about where he doesn't look like a top 10 guy, and that's how you beat them. You're gonna have to make them make mistakes, and then you're gonna have to beat their defense is. I don't think their defense is terrible, but they got they have a decent pass rush, and they got a few players in that secondary. It's not the Niners. I think if they go against the Niners, they get smashed probably. Like it would probably be a bad matchup for them. I think, I wish they do they? No, they don't. I wish they played this year. They played last year.
There's a few matchups for them I really don't like, but if they get perfect matchups going into the
playoffs,
I don't think they could see KC. I don't think they could beat KC. Their defense is way too
good. It depends how KC plays, I think, though. Like if they're able to score on Kansas City, as crazy as it sounds, could Kansas City, with what we've seen from their offense, keep up? I know, as crazy as that sounds.
I wouldn't be surprised if Miami
was able to outscore them. Miami might actually be capable of doing that.
I wouldn't be surprised at all, especially how the Chiefs have been playing lately. I wouldn't be surprised.
They're gonna see him too. Like they're gonna see him eventually during the year. I don't know what week it is specifically. I think it's like week 11.
I think they play right around Christmas or something.
It's a holiday game.
I feel like it's something like that.
Oh, and also when it gets cold outside, the Chargers are usually they kind of slip up when it gets cold outside, but these teams,
November 5th. Oh, that's right. They play standalone 9:30 in the morning on November 5th.
Oh my God.
That's what it is. I knew it was like a standalone or holiday or some shit.
You got to get that game by itself, man. That's just
hell yeah. I'm waking up that early for that shit. You kidding me? I'll wake up. Speaking of the early game, shout out to Jacksonville. Saw a lot of Jacksonville. A lot of people thought, I saw a lot of tweets. Everyone thought Jacksonville was farther ahead in their rebuild than they really are, and that probably is true still. But
it's only because Braun took it, man. It's only because Braun took
huge dub against the Bills.
Yeah, man. As soon as I saw Braun took the Bills, I was like, damn. I should have went back and just took the Jags on the last week's picks.
You almost did.
I almost did. I almost taught myself.
Almost did.
It's like anything Braun or Drake takes, man. You just got to take the opposite sometimes.
Well, Buffalo comes back down to earth too. Like they beat the shit out of Miami, and then they're in a close game against Jacksonville, and they lose. It's kind of what Buffalo's done. Buffalo will be in a 1 o'clock window, and then it's like, wow, Josh Allen has these gaudy numbers. They win by 20, and then I know it's 9 in the morning, and I'm not going to full on blame it and put it onto the category if they can't win these close games standalone. But because of the travel and everything, and Jacksonville was already over there. But still, like, a game that I think a lot of us thought they were just going to win because of how Jacksonville was playing compared to how they were playing.
Yeah, well, I think that Jacksonville's defense definitely took them by surprise because I kept saying Jacksonville's defense is like that. But as soon as they started getting Gabe Davis, I think when they get Gabe Davis, he's their real. He can stretch a defense. Gabe Davis is a real deep threat. Once they get him in the
He
game,
had a hell of a catch on that one in the red zone.
I think
that was crazy.
3 or 4 weeks in a row. He's having a hell of a year. But,
scored a touchdown 4 weeks in a row, I believe.
Yeah, once he's in the game, it's like Josh Allen had like 220 passing yards going into the fourth quarter, and then he ended the game with like 343. Well, he had the one crazy ass throw at the end of the game too, but like they can explode if they can just play that way through a whole entire game. They did it against the Chiefs a few times. They do it during the playoffs a lot too, but they got to be consistent. Especially
that's what I'm saying. They're hard to. It just doesn't. They look unbeatable. Some weeks they look like the best team in the league against Miami just 7 days ago.
Yeah,
and now it's like they look very beatable and somewhat average at certain points. Not to mention they had so many injuries on defense.
And Travis Etienne
Matt Milano out for the year.
Today.
Matt Milano out for the year is a huge loss for them.
Shout out Travis Etienne. Oh yeah,
Travis Etienne's a dog.
Matt Milano, he's also a dog, probably one of the top 3 linebackers.
He's very underrated.
And Buffalo Bill and Von Miller got hurt too, right?
Yeah.
Von got hurt. Johnson got banged up, their slot corner, but he ended up coming back in the game. I think someone else might have gotten banged up, but I don't remember. But yeah. But Milano, I just think that's going to be a pretty big loss for them.
Especially those rough games in that division too.
Well, that's why last year he didn't play when the Jets beat them. And Buffalo has a problem stopping the run already. And without Milano, it's even worse. And now you don't have Milano for the rest of the year.
You saw it
so
too.
That can be very problematic, especially when you face like Miami again. Desmond Ridder. Speaking of,
he never lost at home.
Never lost at home, college or the pros. Has never lost a home game, which is kind of crazy.
Hey,
I can't believe they won that game. Good for them. Vegas pinpointed that one fucking perfectly.
Oh, did they have it at 1.5 or 2.5?
It was at 1.5.
They had it at 1.5.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Bro, thank God
That's nuts.
Those motherfuckers always know, bro. Bengals got that much needed win with Jamar Chase going off. They needed that one bad. Season was done if they lose that one. Now they have that stretch coming up.
Shout out James Conner too. He got hurt during the game. And shout out the dude that passed out. I don't remember his name.
The guy on Carolina.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Yeah. He's all good, I believe. He gave the thumbs up and everything when he was getting off the field. He'll be all right. I don't know how long
he'll be good.
But he'll be all right in terms of living life and being okay.
Are we missing? Oh, the Detroit Lions.
Lions just are a well-oiled machine, and I'm all for it. I love it.
Anything. Their way is getting walked down. That's what they're doing every week.
I think at this point you have to say it's second to Philly.
Yeah.
And you can even make a case maybe it rivals Philly. Probably not, but maybe. But definitely an interesting week of football. I thought it was very entertaining. My blood pressure was definitely fucking through the roof for all of the Jets game.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
Bro, I knew if they just kept handing the ball to Brees, eventually good things would happen. Especially
exactly, because there was like 5 of them where it was like one more broken tackle, one more cut, one more block by someone, he's gone.
Yeah.
And then first play of fucking the second for them getting the ball in the second half when they forced 3 and out. 72 yards. I was like,
he was due for one though. He was due for one.
Bro, it's not even a season high. His season high is 83 yards. He just didn't score because he ran it from like the 10-yard line. He just got tackled in the first game. But it was about time for him to do it. Keep feeding him the ball. I think he seriously is one of the 5 best backs fully healthy. Just keep giving the ball and he'll show it. That's what I'm hoping.
Damn right. Damn right, brother.
And
Go Jets!
Go Jets. Zach needs to keep building. I mean, he didn't have the greatest game. The pick that kept Denver in the game was very unfortunate. But shit happens sometimes. There was a lot of bounces going the Jets' way anyway in terms of that fumble, the Quincy Williams that turned into a Bryce Hall scoop and score. I'm happy as fuck. Sauce got hurt on that one play and just came back in and was fine. The way his knee got hit, I was so worried.
Oh, bro, yeah, I was worried for you.
The way his knee got hit, I was like, shit. Especially, shout out to Sean Payton for seeing Craig James, Bryce Hall as the outside corners, and they ran an end-around play that resulted in a fumble. Shout out to Sean Payton for that play call, where Sauce Gardner came off the field and you didn't take a shot.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, yo, do I take Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy late in the game for like a reception or something like that? But I didn't, and I made the right choice. So. Well, no, of course I did get one.
Jeudy had the one that the roughing the passer was added on to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he had one on the final drive. Sutton did get one late in the game, but
yeah.
I mean, even without DJ Reed, you still saw the Jets secondary is still, at least corners are some of the best in the NFL. The best trio when fully healthy, I would say.
No, for sure.
The D-line's starting to wake up more too. I mean, you see, this team was definitely built to play with the lead defensively, and you got to see that in bits and pieces today when the Jets started playing in the second half and woke up, where if they can just pin their ears back and go at you, Bryce Huff extend Bryce Huff. Do not let him walk and go to another team. I think most Jet fans agree with me on that. So,
but
I'll be pissed if he ends up walking, but hopefully not.
This game of the week is about to start, so
Justin, wrap it up. Any changes to that? Any changes to our picks? You guys still both rolling with the boys?
Of course. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Cowboys.
I still got the Niners. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We got a in-person pod on the couch coming soon.
Real soon. Be ready for that.
And then we'll see you guys for our game picks.
There ain't no running, Milano.
Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Peace.
Catch out.
Peace, bro.
And recording.